let's try something ambitious. An overview of all 12 English verb tenses in less than 15 minutes. Can we do it? Hi, I'm your English coach, Christina, and welcome to Speak English with Christina, the best place to become confident speaking business English step by step. All right, let's jump right in and have some crazy verb tense fun, because this is something that students always ask for. It's a quick introduction of each tense, when to use it, and some concrete examples. All right, step one. In English, there are basically 3 times, let's call them: present, past, and future. Now, I started with the present because it's the one that we use the most, so it's a good place to start, I think. Second step. Now, each of these times has 4 forms. Fortunately, there is some logic to this. All of the times have the same forms. There's the simple, the continuous or progressive, it's the same thing, the perfect simple, and the perfect continuous. And we'll look at each tense for the present, the past, and the future so that you can see the similarities and how they work. So let's start with the simple tenses. So the present simple, we use this for regular repeated actions. For example, I start work at 8 a.m. It's pretty much every day. We also use the present simple for facts or things that are always true, like English is important for many careers. It's just a fact. The past simple, we use that for actions that started and finished at specific times in the past. For example, yesterday I had a German lesson. It started and it finished in the past. Or you studied English in school. It's finished, it started, and it ended in the past. For the future simple, we use this for spontaneous or unplanned actions, of course, in the future. For example, your friend suggests a good series on Netflix. You can say, thanks, I'll look for it on Netflix. It's kind of spontaneous. You weren't planning to do that, but you just decided, I will look for it in the future. We also use the future simple for facts or events that will happen, again, in the future. For example, our next conversation club session will be on Wednesday at 8 p.m. That's all the simple tenses. Now, the continuous or the progressive tenses. Present continuous. This is for actions happening like right now, like you're learning English. It's what you're doing at this very moment. We also use it for actions happening during a period of time that includes the present moment. So for example, I'm learning German. Now, not right now in this moment because I'm teaching you English, but at the current period, I'm learning German. And we also use the present continuous for one-time or irregular actions in the future. So for example, tomorrow I'm meeting with my German teacher. It's not every Saturday, but it's tomorrow, because today is Friday when I'm filming this. So tomorrow, Saturday, I'm meeting with my German teacher, but it's not a regular thing. Now, past, continuous. We use this for actions that continued during a period of time in the past. For example, last week I was thinking about ideas for some new videos. And with the past continuous, we often put other actions in the past simple tense inside that period of time in the past. For example, last week I was thinking about some new ideas for a video when someone suggested, past simple, suggested a video on tenses, and so I decided, past simple. I decided to do it. Future continuous. This is for an action that you think will be in progress or won't be in progress in the future. For example, next Thursday, I will be traveling to Berlin. In my dreams, because no one is traveling right now. But let's imagine next Thursday, it's a period of time in the future, I will be traveling to Berlin. Or I won't be learning Japanese anytime soon because I prefer to learn one language at a time. So again, it's a period of time. There's my cat, by the way. It's a period of time in the future. I won't be learning Japanese anytime soon. And the perfect simple tense. Everyone's favorite, or not. The present perfect simple. You love this tense, I know you do. The present perfect simple is for general past experience. I know it's a present perfect simple tense, but it talks about the past. English. We'll see why it's called the present, because there is a relationship to the present moment. It's for general past experience or lack of past experience up until the present moment. So for example, since I was a kid, past moment, I've always had a cat. That's my most recent cat. So since I was a kid, I've always had a cat, but I've never had a dog. So that's all that experience in the past up until the present moment. We also use that present perfect simple tense for an action that was completed recently before the present moment. So it's like we're giving some news. I could tell you I have just adopted a cat. It's quite recent. I've only had her for 2 weeks. Now, the past perfect simple. This is an action that was completed before another action. You can't see my hand because of the plant. It was completed before another action that is also in the past. So the past perfect simple, it's like it's more in the past. For example, before I got my cat, I had researched places to adopt cats. So I adopted the cat 2 weeks ago, but maybe 3 weeks ago, more in the past, I had researched places to adopt cats. And the future perfect simple. This is for an action that happens before another more future action. So it's in relation to another past action. So you can see the perfect simple tenses are always in relation to other actions. So future perfect simple. By this time next month, she will have had all of her vaccinations. So this time next month, it's in the future, but by this time next month, she will have had all of her vaccinations. By this time next month, in the future, will have had, it's a little bit before this future moment. And the perfect continuous tenses. So present perfect continuous. This one is generally easier. It's just an action that started in the past and it continues into the present moment. For example, I have been living in France for 16 years now. It started 16 years ago, continues up until today, and in theory will continue into the future. Past perfect continuous. This is an action that started in the past, continued into some other moment in the past, but it is finished now, but it was progressing, it was continuing in the past. So for example, in the US, I had been studying French for a few years when I decided I wanted to live in France. So it's I had been studying when I decided. All of that is in the past. And the future perfect continuous, this is an action that started in the past and will be continuing until another moment in the future. So for example, on September 4th, 2021, I will have been living in France for exactly 16 years. So it started in the past, it continues, and at a moment in the future, I will have been living in France for 16 years. And now, your next step with this lesson, I recommend that you go back and screenshot the tables that present these tenses so that you have a complete guide for all 12 tenses. And on the next slide, I'll just put up a table that will have all of the tenses and one example for each. So you have a nice, clear overview of all of these. And I recommend that you screenshot this table. All right, now, I know that this was a lot of information. It's a pretty long video, but it's just an introduction. It's a basic overview so that you can understand like what's happening with the tenses in English. Now, I can't go into all of the nuances and complexities and exceptions of 12 verb tenses in one video, but it gives you a good, solid foundation to start learning more about each tense so that you can become confident using all of them. Now, the next step with me is to subscribe to my channel so that you get all of the future lessons and you continue becoming confident. And I definitely recommend that you watch this lesson. It's on 3 past tenses for storytelling. We'll go a little more into detail of those past tenses and you'll learn how to tell great stories in English. All right, click on the screen and I'll see you there.